Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to a Motivation USA brief unboxing where you can buy anything, everything premium for your motorcycle. But before we do anything, I'm gonna have you guys hit that thumbs up. It's gonna help with the algorithm because you know these videos are dope and they take time. All right, you're gonna smash that subscribe button to help us grow because that's the only way we keep this wheel in motion. All right, let's dive into it. Let's take a look to see what Rizoma has in store for us. Very excited to open this package. Not too many people are attempting this. Every product you get from us at motivationusa.com that's coming from Rizoma, they are sealed. This is the Street Fighter V4S windscreen. A lot of companies are having a difficult time creating a windscreen for the Street Fighter V4S that's ideal, that looks great, and that continues the line of the entire bike. So far so good. Nobody has hit the nail right on the head, but let's see what Rizoma has to offer. Again, packaging for them is always very impressive, very proud moment with every single one of their product. Let's take a look at that. We are greeted by the carbon fiber of the windscreen, guys. You're gonna have some hardware. Not a lot to go in here, 3 bolts, 3 washers. Let's take a moment to take a closer look at the carbon fiber weave. Not a single imperfection on the weave itself. It's not a gloss carbon fiber, it's more of a matte finish. Really, really beautiful. Let's be real, the design of the Ducati Street Fighter V4S is very distinct. It's something very modern, and not a lot of people have a great approach on how to make a comprehensive windscreen that's gonna work. Functionality-wise, they work, but they look absolutely terrible. I think this might be a hit out the park. Let's dive into the install. Should be fairly straightforward. The first step to kind of get this install done, guys, we want to remove this little cover here for the instrument cluster. Once we get to that part, unplug the connector and then remove the 3 screws and then lift this part up. So let's get that started. It should be a fairly easy installation. Lift up and then open up just like that. So you're gonna lift and then push down. So lift to unhinge and then push down a little bit. You want to do it kind of lightly. You're gonna hear it unsnap off just like that. All right, now we're gonna use a small hex key to remove these 2 screws. Okay, now we're gonna unplug. There we go. So basically that gives us access to the 3rd bolt at the bottom. And now we're gonna lift this component up so we can have access, so we can unscrew that. You're gonna feel it slide out. There you go, just like that. And now you have access. So not everything tends to go very smooth when I do these installs. There are certain obstacles you need to get over, certain hurdles, and you just kind of learn and grow, and I take my time. So after doing a little bit of trial and error here, I'm finding out the working space is going to be very little, and with the windscreen on, it'd be impossible to plug this back in and put the cover back on. So I remove the carbon fiber cover itself. I'm going to mount the bracket, and then we can move into actually slowly put back the windscreen. All right. So what I'm finding that's difficult about this install, guys, is the instruction was not super clear. So I'm a little bit winging it. So if you look at the very bottom here, there's actually another hole. That's where the actual thread is gonna go at the very bottom. So I'm just gonna loosely place them here, put the Loctite on, and then I'm gonna start tightening things down. So the very first thing that Rizoma recommend that you do, on the 3 screws they provided, you wanna put a little bit of Loctite. I'm just gonna show it to you on one of them. Same thing goes here, Loctite, and then we're gonna thread that in. All right, now that we have the bracket actually mounted on, which does not show that in the instruction, guys, so I'm glad I'm doing this video for anybody who else who's interested in doing this. At least you could follow it properly. This is probably the right way to do it. So now We're gonna plug this back, and then we're gonna start bolting everything back in. You're gonna hear it snap. That means it's actually in. No wiggle room. Perfect. We're gonna put back this little thingy. All you're gonna do is basically line it up and then apply pressure to flatten it down. There you go. That's back on. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting, because it was definitely a bit of a challenge. I don't know if I'd say if it was a challenge. I think it was more of a instruction challenge, I'd say. Go. Without the cover on, what they're assuming is that this cover becomes the actual cover of the instrument cluster. So again, none of this stuff is in the instructions. I'm kind of doing it with you guys. You're seeing in real time how things go when we're doing an installation, and some of the best practices and the best way to kind of tackle something you've never done before either. Now we're just going to tighten things down. So this is the after look, guys. Just want to give you a general idea. Again, this was kind of a tough one. I'm still on the fence because there is not like a clear instruction that tells you if you need to have that completely out where the wiring is going in, or if it does. So that's a little strange to me. Aesthetically, I think this looks really cool with the carbon. I even went out of my way to customize the side with my branding and logo on there, and I blacked it out, which I think looks pretty cool. But if you look at the very bottom here, guys, hopefully you guys can make that out right there. Now you have the harness wires exposed from the bottom. I mean, you could see it. I don't know if you guys could actually make this out, but let's take a closer look. There we go. That's a better look. This would not be a Motivation USA brief unboxing video if I wasn't brutally honest with you guys. Some of the challenges that I encountered was in the instruction side of things. It was pretty generic, unlike the product, because the product is like out of here. Sweet, fit and finish is dope. But the lack of detailed instructions play by play made it difficult. I had to figure out quite a few things, or did some trial and errors back and forth to make sure it was done right. For example, after removing some of the OEM components like the cover for the dash, that's something that does not go back on in order to fit the carbon fiber headlight fairing, right? So they don't specify that in the actual manual, and your boy had to kind of figure that out on my own. So heads up, if you are doing this, follow this to the T the way that I did it. Another concern that I have, since you do remove the dash cover, it's not a sealed thing that Ducati have on the Ducati Street Fighter. However, it does cover the OEM wiring. Once you do the installation of the carbon fiber headlight fairing by Rizoma, you cannot put back that cover. It's gonna prevent you from completely placing it flush and putting on the screws, which led me going in circles trying to figure out, why isn't it fitting right? Why am I having difficulty? Usually everything is nice and smooth, but I was able to figure it out with a little bit of intuition. Thank you, Jacob. Totally appreciate it, dude. Always give me great advice. Again, hit up anybody in the team at Motivation USA if you stuck working on something. These guys are great. Love working with the team, man. All right, we'll see how that goes. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about this. I'll give it a shot and see how I like it and see if it stays, man. Here we go. This is where I need you guys to sound off in the comment section down below. What's your thought on the carbon fiber headlight fairing by Rizoma / windscreen? In my personal opinion, is it a keep or out of here for the mod for this bike? Some people love it. Some people find it a little tough to swallow because it changed the look of the bike a little bit. But functionality wise, it seems like it's gonna work great. When you're tucked in, it's gonna blow the air properly over you, so no more like sail feeling when you're on the bike. Sound off in the comment section down below. Would love to hear you guys. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do Yeah, man, we do these installs and unboxing because we love you guys, man. All right? We know that you guys value the information. So, yeah, smash that thumbs up, all right? As recommended, use your parts purchase to support the store that support your sport. Motivation USA gives back to the riding community with everything from safety seminar courses and World Ride Racing sponsorships. For the most trusted parts and accessories, shop motivationusa.com. All links and all the links will be in the description down below. All right? Tell them your boy sent you. You know what it is.